Now, this is a follow-up to the last video we did when black people flipped on Karmelo Anthony and his family after the fundraiser backfired. And just when you thought the situation couldn't get any worse, it does. NewsNation just confirmed they've seen the security footage with their own eyes. And what they are reporting, it completely destroys the self-defense claim. And on top of that, his own community, the black community, turning on him. The narrative has collapsed, and this is bad, real bad. Y'all, let's get into it.
This grand jury indicted 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony just last week for a deadly altercation that happened at a Texas track meet in April. And now NewsNation has viewed a critical piece of video evidence. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was killed. Anthony admits he stabbed Metcalf while both took cover under a team tent during a rain delay. But Anthony says he was acting in self-defense. NewsNation's Rich McHugh has been tracking this case. And Rich, you are one of the reporters who got to view this important piece of evidence.
Yeah, Nicole, they allowed me to view this video under strict conditions. I couldn't record anything. I couldn't take pictures. I could take notes, but that's about it. They would play it one time, and they wouldn't even rewind it or play it again, even the moment in question. So what I saw in the video was ultimately it's from the press box across the field on the 45-yard line. You can view a yellow tent across the field. That's where this incident happened. There's no sound on the video, and it's raining. And you can see about 30 to 40 people around the field. It's a track meet that morning, so they're preparing for this track meet. The incident in question happens at 9:44 a.m. It's really calm up until that point, and then chaos ensues, and you can't really make up anybody. You can't make out individuals. You can see people and colors and what they're wearing, but you can't make out identities. But again, at 9:44, chaos ensues. What I did not see was any obvious physical altercation leading up to the stabbing. Now, I went inside the stadium earlier this morning to try and give our viewers a better vantage point of where this all happened. Take a look. Across the field, you can see where the press box cameras captured everything. We're on the 45-yard line here. This is where it ultimately happened. There's a tent right up here, the kind of the sports tent where everybody was huddled at 9:44. Whatever went down happened right here. Everybody kind of took off. Now, according to police reports, Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony were here at this track meet. Austin Metcalf told Anthony he needed to move out from under their team's tent when Anthony grabbed his bag, reached inside, and told Austin, quote, "Touch me and see what happens." The police report states Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move. Anthony pulled out a knife, stabbed Metcalf once in the chest, and ran. Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. And now, as of last week, Karmelo Anthony indicted for first-degree murder. Nicole?
So, Rich, how might this affect court?
Well, it's a good question. Court date has not yet been set. His first appearance is set, I believe, for July 17th. This video, from what I saw, the question I have is, will they be able to enhance it and to view it, to zoom in? Because what I saw happened very quickly, and there was no obvious altercation just before. So it could be a case where both sides will see what they want to see, but the question remains, how much can they kind of alter or zoom in on this video, Nicole?
All right. Rich McHugh live for us there as this case continues to unfold. Rich, thank you.
See, this is what happens when facts hit the table. The footage itself didn't drop to the public, but NewsNation saw it, and they said it plain and simple. There was no fight before the stabbing. Nothing. If that's the case, then that means the whole he was defending himself story completely cooked. And you see, the thing is, the red flags were possibly already there when you read in between the lines of what I'm about to show you. Watch this next clip because the pattern might have just been clear a while ago.
Centennial students shocked about what happened, that one of their classmates could be charged with such a serious offense. One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock because it's like, I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, like, you know, but to take someone's life is just like a different level.
Stop it right there real quick. Did y'all catch that? She ain't say I didn't think he was like that. She said I knew him for fighting, but this. Let that sit for a second. Because this is the problem right here. We normalize violence. We ignore the warning signs. Oh, he's always been fighting in school, fighting wherever. You know, we laugh it off until somebody ends up dead, and then suddenly everybody's in shock. Sorry to tell you, but nah, this ain't shock. Want to know what this is? This is what happens when our culture continues to keep co-signing violence until it escalates into something that's irreversible. And that's why a lot of people are claiming that they respect what this father says in this next clip. Because this is what real accountability is supposed to look like.
I'm so glad that motherfucker got indicted. That was the best fucking possible outcome. I'm the father of an 11-year-old boy, and he needs to know that there are actions for your consequences. You cannot be emotional at all. That's why I try to instill on him that emotions will get you in trouble. Now that doesn't mean you can't cry or anything like that, but that means you can't act based upon your emotions. You can't, like, wild the fuck out, crash out, because I don't understand why the fuck is that cool. You mad as fuck because somebody going to jail after stabbing somebody, taking their life? Before you start, I know I need a fucking retwist. I'm chopped as fuck right now. Back to the topic at hand. That shit was disgusting. The fact that he was able to fucking raise $500,000 for what? Have you no fucking shame? You supported a murderer just because he had the same skin color as you? Throw that ass in jail. Bye-bye. He has zero situational awareness.
Exactly, though. This man gets it. While folks online busy screaming they're tearing down another young black man or white folks trying to do this and do that, he's looking at his own son in the eye and saying, no, you don't get to make emotional decisions, and escape the consequences. Gave my punchline away, my fault. But that's leadership, if you ask me. That's fatherhood. This is what the community should look like, in my personal opinion. But here's where it gets even nastier, because while folks are crying injustice, they're forgetting there's a whole different scam playing right out in front of them. I mean, watch how she breaks this down, and y'all tell me if this don't smell funny.
Every time the narrative gets uncomfortable, us black people are always trying to say they trying to tear us down. The YT people started this rumor. They the ones that's getting this out there. They the ones doing this. And instead of honesty, y'all want sympathy. But that's not what I'm here for. Okay? I'm here to speak truth and facts. Drew Anthony posted on his social media that they are looking for more lawyer fees. They need relocation. They are trying to move out of state. They need other things to get supplies. Like, it's a list of shit on there, okay, that he say they need. They have already raised over $541,000. Okay, where that money going? Because from what I saw, Karmelo Anthony is in indigent status, meaning that indigent is for poor people that don't have money to get a lawyer, so they have to get a court appointed because nobody has presented a lawyer to the courts. So he has to get a court appointed attorney because they ain't got no money. Ain't that what that mean? Oh, okay. And people are asking real questions because $600K didn't just disappear. The house didn't buy itself. And now y'all want more money and a free lawyer? Be fucking for real. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you erase these receipts? Because the father put it up. And I'm going off of what he's saying. Not from what I see on social media. Nope, not this time. I saw this on Facebook. Yeah, the daddy, Drew Anthony, posted it. If y'all haven't seen it, go look. But I am going to screenshot it and post it in the comments for the non-believers, because it don't make no sense that y'all trying to spin it like it's some YT people made it up conspiracy. Cool story, though. Cool story, but it doesn't change the facts. Money was raised, luxury moves were made, and now we're broke again. Can you help us? Accountability doesn't care what color it comes in, baby. Wrong is motherfucking wrong at the end of the day. So
Right.
like I said before, we got to do what's right. And at the end of the day, that's what's right, okay? Don't play the race card when the issue is integrity. Keep the focus where the fuck it belong, okay? Thank you.
Bingo! She said what everybody else apparently might be too scared to say, man. The vast majority. You can't scream oppression while pulling in nearly $600,000 in donations. You can't be listed as indigent. Is that how you say indigent? Indigent. It's not indigent. Indigent. But you can't be listed as indigent in court, needing a public defender. Wow! We getting flexed on with new houses and begging for more money. That's a clear sign to me that, hey, the math just ain't mathing. I said it with an F. The math ain't mathing. And this ain't no system failing a situation. This is more like a hustle. Plain and simple. And as usual, the second you start calling it a grift, here come the folks yelling, sell out. Check out this guy.
This Karmelo Anthony case is really pissing me off. I don't even like talking to black people like this, but I just gotta say what I gotta say. You motherfuckers really got a problem with this man asking for $1.3 million under reasonable circumstances. This dude family receiving threats. They gotta move in another location because their address was leaked. They need security. Even the fucking judge was receiving life threats. And these people are just asking for y'all to help support them through their defense from these two aggressive young boys that tried to cause harm to him. Now, I got respect for Judge Joe Brown. But one thing I noticed, all these black people at the beginning who were supporting Karmelo, all of a sudden turned into a bunch of tap dancing Sambos, bro. I had no idea the black community was so weak, bro. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize how many sellouts we had. Basically making it seem as if Karmelo deserves to go to prison if he do get convicted from this crime. Judge Joe Brown, his old ass really had the nerve to sit here and say, oh, well, these young boys, they're punks, and I would've did this, and I would've did that. But guess what, motherfucker, you not him. It's easy for you to sit your old ass back and say what you would've did when you ain't got two people twice your fucking size trying to attack you. That shit really pissed me off, bro. Because I grew up fighting, bro. I used to fight a lot. I done got jumped before. I know how I feel to have people attacking you. I done been in that situation before. Actually, I done been in a worse situation than that. We got white women out here calling black kids racial slurs, raising 1.6 million within the 2 weeks. We got white people out here choking black men to death on trains, raising almost, $2-3 million within a fucking week for his defense team. And y'all motherfuckers really telling me that he wrong for asking for an additional $700,000 for a host of reasons that his family named that were completely reasonable. Relocation purposes, living expenses, security, defense, therapy for their other fucking kids. Y'all acting like Karmelo was a drug dealer. This was a 17-year-old boy, 130 pound, 4.0 GPA kid that was going to college within the next year. I find it so fucking funny. Y'all have no problem with these people taking the lives of young black men and black women as long as it's not happening to your dusty ass. Well, you know what? I'm glad that I'm starting to see how many fucking sellouts and Sambos we really got out here in the black community. I'm happy about that because guess what? This Karmelo Anthony case, if it does go the way that majority of these racist Europeans want it to go, then your ass might be next. What if you have nothing the way that Karmelo had something to protect himself? When the same thing happened to you, all you motherfuckers out here, I'm gonna be saying the same shit y'all saying. Why you didn't just fight? Why do you gotta use a weapon? Why you didn't just decide to sit there and get fucking jumped and get your head beaten to the fucking ground? Why you didn't decide to just do that? Boy, y'all make me sick, man. It's so much money in selling out, bro. We always talk about, oh, well, black people, we the most united group of black people on the whole planet. I don't believe that shit. What I'm saying, I don't believe that at all. Y'all could say whatever the hell y'all want, bro. I would say probably 20% of black people are on code. The rest of y'all a bunch of fucking sellout, tap dancing fucking, ugh. I'm gonna make sure I keep donating to Karmelo, bro. I wish you the best, young man, bro. If I had the money, if I was fucking rich, if I was one of these basketball players out here, dog, if I was one of these fucking rich ass athletes that love to throw $100,000 in the club and waste it on OnlyFans model, bro, I would promise I would give y'all 5 million, 2 million, 3 million right now. If I had that kind of money. You know, these white people never had this problem. Whether they right or wrong, they never had this problem. They go to court, they need funding for defense. White people, that's one thing I can say about white people. They look out for their people, man. They need funding for defense, relocation, whatever it is, whether they right or wrong, they there for their people. Black people, bro, y'all, it's too much money in selling out. Are y'all down there burning with the Sambos? I'm gonna be with my ancestors.
None of these done. Let's deal with this objectively, because everything he just said falls apart the moment you stop leading with emotions and start looking with the facts. Okay, so point one, other races support their own no matter what. That's false. No, they do not. Go ask the white community how much they support Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, go ask how much support Kyle Rittenhouse got from liberals. Go ask how many white folks dragged Daniel Penny, the Marine, in the subway case. Y'all know that. White America is split down the middle on just about every case, based on facts, not skin. There's white conservatives, white liberals, white independents. They don't move in one hive mind. So no, other races stand with their own no matter what is a myth. That's a lie. Point number two, 1.3 million is reasonable? Really? Bro, how? The average murder defense in America costs between 100 and 500K tops. Look it up. And that's for top tier lawyers. Relocation for what? You moved into what? A 500K plus house is what is being reported right after the fundraiser? You already relocated. Security, bro. You ain't a rapper. You're a murder suspect. You don't need a bodyguard. You need a lawyer. This ain't adding up. Y'all are sellouts. Really? No. Let's be clear. Holding a black man accountable when he takes another person's life, that's not selling out. That's called standing on morals, principles, and truth. Because what you're doing is enabling. You're the reason young black boys think there's no consequences, bro, because folks like you treat accountability like betrayal. And this right here, that has done more damage to this community than any system ever could. Let's talk about the kill shot. Talk about people not supporting. But NewsNation already saw the footage. They said it with their own eyes. There was no fight before the stabbing. Not my words. Not internet rumors. That's from reporters who viewed the actual footage. So, bro, explain that. Explain how you defend self-defense when footage shows no fight. You can, yeah, man, you can name call, but you cannot debate the facts. And that's the difference between folks like me. I'm not here to try to be emotional with it. I'm not a debater personally, because I know that if I am in a debate, unlike in the context that I am now, I'm not emotionally mature enough. Obviously not going. But I'm always objective and unapologetic when it comes to the truth. And at the end of the day, the footage, like I said, it was saying the facts are public. The money questions are real. The pattern of violence was ignored until it wasn't. In the community, divided, because folks are loyal to the truth, and you got folks that are loyal to skin characteristics over anything else. But Karmelo's defense, it looks pretty destroyed, finished, cooked, as I used earlier. Keep telling y'all, this is not about race. It's about right and wrong, period. Y'all be safe. Go check us out about it today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.